Alright guys, so in today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about social media addiction, social media detox, or internet detox. In the personal development community, you always see people doing 30-day challenges, whether it's no fap, no video games, healthy eating, waking up early, whatever it is. I think they're all beneficial and really great for you. In fact, I've done multiple of them myself. I like to do at least a new one every single month to keep my body on edge and to keep myself out of my comfort zone. But what I want to talk about in this video is a common one you always hear about, which is, you know, internet detox, or I'm addicted to social media. And I think that internet detox is something like electricity. And what I mean is, just because, you know, this world is very advanced and there's people driving and there's people flying and there's people doing very advanced things that you simply couldn't do 30 years ago, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're going to say, okay, we're not going to drive no more. Because especially out here in New Jersey, maybe in different cities where public transportation is better, you can't operate without a car. And that would simply be saying like, oh, it's unhealthy to sit in a car and drive all day when you could just walk 30 miles to your destination. And I think that's the same thing with the internet. In fact, man, I'm so grateful for the internet, man. I literally would be a different person without the internet. And I made a previous video about this because my phone broke for like 2 days and I couldn't operate. And I mean, I guess it would be different back in the day if nobody knew about the internet, but now that we know about the internet, there's no way you could really live without it. And I think if you're addicted to it, if you find yourself wasting your time on it, if you find yourself scrolling for hours, if you find yourself doing things that are counterproductive, that is your fault. That is not the social media platform's fault. That is not Instagram's fault. That is not the toxicity to the platform. All these platforms are made for two people. They're made for creators and they're made for consumers. Now, I'm not saying you have to become somebody who makes videos like myself. You could be somebody who takes advantage of these platforms and makes a lot of money. I mean, just for example, the two properties that I bought recently, without the internet, I wouldn't have found them. I found them through a website that I know a wholesaler posts all his deals on, so I'm grateful for it. And I just can't see myself ever taking, you know, a 30-day break from the internet. I would literally be tapped out and I'd be losing money. Now, it's a difference between, you know, scrolling through for hours on Instagram and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it's a difference between, you know, being productive on the internet and making things happen and connecting with people. I'm in a large real estate Facebook group for my area, and, you know, there's so many people in there posting, connecting, doing deals, posting their deals, selling their deals, and it wouldn't make any sense to just evaporate from that and go somewhere else and say, I'm addicted to the internet, I have to be gone. It's a difference between creating and consuming. And consuming doesn't have to be making content. Consuming could be, you know, finding deals, connecting with like-minded individuals, and making social media a place where you connect with people. I can't tell you how many awesome people I've met from using the internet. I wouldn't even be involved in the business of flipping medical commodities because I heard about the business, or I met somebody who was doing the business from the internet. So that was years and years ago, but just think about all the things. I wouldn't have met my business partner if it wasn't for the internet, because I met him through somebody else that was on the internet. And just think about all the possibilities, and then think about the one negative side, which is I scroll too much. I think on Instagram you can now set a timer which says how much you scroll. But what I've noticed is if I wake up and I'm, you know, one thing I try not to do right away is touch my phone. One thing I've been implementing is to, you know, try and meditate for 5 minutes, because with the world of the internet and the world of such advanced technology, you know, pretty much any time of the day there's people driving on the road, there's something on the television, and there's just, the world is moving at such a fast pace. The world is never settled, at least where I live, man. I live in a very metropolitan area, so you could literally drive down the road at 3 in the morning, a side street, and there's people driving, or you go on a little highway and there's packed with cars. So it doesn't matter what time it is, the world is the internet. But I think to detach yourself completely, it doesn't really make any sense, and it's not something I would do. But if you're looking for other 30-day challenges like no fap, no video games, clean eating, waking up early, meditation, those are all great things to do. But you get rid of this thing, you get rid of money. And I'm about making more money, not losing money. It's about maximizing this thing the right way, not the wrong way. Look for deals, connect with people, maximize it the correct way, not the wrong way. And I think if you switch up how you use it, then you could really change your life, man. This platform, social media, has changed my life for the good. And sometimes I like to detach. Sometimes I don't make videos for a few days because it's just, it becomes overwhelming. But even when I don't make videos for a few days, I'm still on these platforms looking for deals. Just for example, look at this deal right here. I'm going to check this out, and there's really no other way that I would find this if it wasn't for the internet. I think the internet is a great thing. I think it's an amazing thing. I could be a little bit toxic, but in the end, the pros outweighs the cons. And think about where the world will be in 30, 40 years. Do you guys think people will be flying cars? I personally don't think cars will be flying, maybe prototypes, but I think there will be a lot more advanced tools and technology, but I don't think the world will be too much different. But I'm curious to see where the world will be when I'm like 50 or 60. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to put a thumbs up on it. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, if you enjoyed what you heard, and I will see you guys later. Peace.